Jeremy Hansen is a fighter pilot, a physicist, and next year could become the first Canadian astronaut to orbit the moon. He's joined us in April to talk about NASA's Artemis II mission. That's going to take a crew of 4 astronauts around the moon and back. And by participating in this mission, Jeremy will join a list of legendary Canadian astronauts, including, of course, Chris Hadfield and Marc Garneau. He is in Toronto this week to talk about the upcoming mission and Canada's contributions to space exploration. I remember that moment well. Jeremy, welcome back to the studio.
Yeah, it's great to be here. Thank you.
It was fun to watch that moment of the announcement. One of the things I remember is the big role that Canada played in that announcement, and very proudly so. So in a little more than a year, you could be looking at a view that only 24 people in human history have seen, and that's our entire planet from space. What does that mean to you as a kid who, enjoyed space from a young age?
It's very meaningful for me. Me personally, I have wanted to explore space for a long time, and I'm on the cusp of leaving this planet and seeing some extraordinary things, like you pointed out. For me, as a Canadian, I'm very proud. I'm very proud of the country. This isn't happening because of me. This is happening because of a lot of people, literally thousands of people in Canada who, over decades, have held a vision, have overcome challenges to put Canada on the map in human space exploration, where we're making contributions that the partnership wants. And it matters, and that's why we're invited to go on this mission. I'm hugely proud of Canada.
I just keep thinking of you as like a young kid standing on a farm outside of London, Ontario, looking up at the sky, looking at the moon, and now you're going to get to orbit it. We mentioned that this will be the first manned flight with the Orion spacecraft, so what is so special about the technology being used this time?
Well, it's brand new. It's the first time we put humans on it. And what we're doing now is, we're going back, we're setting up an infrastructure to go back to the moon. It's not just this capsule and this rocket. This is just one part that transports the humans, but we're talking about lunar landers. We're talking about a space station around the moon called Gateway. We're talking about rovers on the moon, eventually building a station on the moon, so we can do more science there, and then eventually use the moon as kind of a leaping off point to go to Mars. So it's a very different process this time, different mindset. We're going to stay. We're in it for the long haul this time.
Well, it's so wild to me that the stuff that we've been watching for years in sci-fi movies, you are actually part of making a reality. What do you think this is going to look like in the next few decades?
I'm really excited about it because what I see happening, as we eclipse 8 billion people on this planet, I see the challenges we face on the planet becoming more about basic needs like clean water, stable food supply, food security, delivering health care to everybody, just having quality of life on this planet. And as we think about going to the moon and Mars, these are the exact same challenges that we're looking at. So for the Canadian Space Agency, we're seeing this as a huge opportunity to sort of focus the genius across our country on these problems that matter here and now on the planet, figure them out here, and then offer them to the international partnership as our contribution to go out and explore the solar system.
Yeah.
We can really inspire people to do some amazing things.
It's incredible to think of. And, maybe even on Mars, the Leafs have a chance of doing well. I mean, who knows? It's a new beginning for everyone. You joined us a few months ago after your selection, and you said this: Canada will eclipse this accomplishment soon. And you taught a brand new class of astronauts in 2017. So what do you hope to see from Canada's involvement in the future of space exploration? Because you're sort of step one. What are you looking at down the road?
Yeah, this is not our pinnacle. This is just one more step up the mountain. The stuff I was just talking about, what I envision, what I see happening is Canada is going to use this opportunity to innovate some amazing things that will help us on the planet. And then with the partnership, it's a pretty cool way we work this as an international partnership. I envision Canadians walking on the moon, eventually going to Mars. I think that is a possibility. We'll have to create it. It won't just fall in our lap. We'll have to do what Canadians have always done and be like, these are our goals. We're going after them. We know there's going to be adversity, but we're going to dig through it. We're going to take some risks. We'll have some failures, but we'll have successes, and we can do this.
Speaking of doing this, aside from public speaking and doing television interviews like this, you are also still in training. So what does that look like right now?
Yeah, well, that's a very real part of my life, because if we want to be breathing when we hit the Pacific Ocean after our 9-day journey around the moon, we need to get ready. There's a lot to do. There's a big team of people, and it's neat because the stuff that we will fly and interact with, it is still being built, some of it developed.
Wow.
Software still being written. There are people coding right at this minute, developing new things that we've realized we need. And so as soon as those things are ready, we go, we test them, we find the bugs, we fix them. That's a lot of our training right now. We have a simulator, things that you would imagine astronauts sitting in a simulator with failures and practicing what do. We do all of these things.
Do you ever just sit in your car and you're driving or somewhere going, I'm going to go around the moon.
Once in a while, I say to myself, wow, I'm going to the moon. That's an incredible opportunity. And like I said in the beginning, it makes me feel humble initially. I'm like, I know I'm just a regular Canadian, just a regular human being. I have an amazing opportunity because of a lot of other people. And then I feel a lot of pride for the country. This was hard fought. A lot of people worked hard to put us here.
Thanks for being here in studio today. Great to have you back.
Yeah, thanks.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.